Damn, it sounds like it's getting pretty slim down there.
Yeah, brother, it's gonna...
So, hey, did Flippy show up to practice today?
No, brother, he did not. You know, it's gonna be a really rough year. So, like, Flippy, brother, he broke his leg.
What?
Yeah, he broke his leg, brother.
What?
He broke it 2 days before practice. And when I say he broke his leg, I mean he actually intentionally broke his leg.
Wait, what?
Yeah, brother. He said he wanted to go and see like a James Taylor concert, brother. And he had to go to practice. So the only way he could get out of it is if he broke his leg. So he broke his own leg, brother.
Fucking God. The highest fucking paid player on the team.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
One of the most trusted players on the team. Well, he's been on the Green River Killers now for 4 years?
Yeah, brother, this is his 5th season.
Oh, my fucking God. I mean, first he got Jimmy cutting his own dick off. Now you got this.
We, you know, in the locker room, brother, we don't really talk about what happened to Jimmy.
Yeah, understandably so. Jesus, man, that's a terrible story. Anyway, I mean, who you looking forward to throwing passes to this year?
Yeah,
brother. Who the hell's out there?
Hey, I'm actually really excited about that. We got this new kid. You know, he's real fresh on the feet, if you know what I'm saying. And his name's
great.
Wishluck, brother. Batlock Wishluck.
Come again?
Yeah, Batlock Wishluck, brother. That's his name.
Batlock Wishluck.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with people? My name is the Slicer, and this is my final broadcast. Coming to you from the studios of KILL 5150 out in Umatilla, Oregon on Channel 54. The radioactive fallout has chewed all the way through the flesh on my balls. The only outside connection I have is a friend of mine who's traveling down from Yakima, which, according to reports, has completely avoided the radioactive fallout cloud. So now, I'm gonna switch over to my friend and colleague, and he's gonna tell us about what life in Yakima is like after the bomb.
I'm out here in Yakima, and it seems like the initial blast destroyed everything here. Complete and total loss. There is garbage everywhere and broken down cars just abandoned in yards and on roadsides. All of the houses have broken windows and missing shingles on the roofs. And the smell, it's hard to describe, but it's like a cross between rot and decay. The few people left with the will to live are walking around dazed like zombies. They must have inhaled a bunch of the fallout because their hair is all falling out and you can smell their toothless mouths from over 50 feet away. It's complete devastation.
Yeah, Yakima actually avoided the blast.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That means it was already like this?
Exactly. Yeah, you just described what Yakima looks like on a good day.
Coming this summer is the biggest fucking movie ever. The year is 2055, and Robert De Niro, Bruce Willis, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Matthew McConaughey, Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, Steve Martin, Danny McBride, Sylvester Stallone, Jonathan Silverman, Greg Olson, Brad Pitt, and Charlie Sheen must locate the last 6-foot double-headed gas-powered pitch-black silicone pulsating chrome-tipped Destro-style fairway driver in order to finish the biggest tournament against the best players that Mars has to offer. Coming this summer, written and directed by Xander Cruz and David Philberg.
Stop for a second.
It's your lip hair. You tripped over your fucking mustache.
All right, I got a funny headline right here. This is a real headline. It says, a driver on I-5 heard something hit his car. When he stopped, he found a handgun lodged in his front bumper. Now, hold on. The first thing I thought about is, there is so many guns in America. They're bouncing down freeways, falling out of the sky. Now, using your imagination.
It's raining guns.
Yeah, use your imagination. Why was there a gun bouncing down I-5? Now, and seriously, like,
I can think of a couple of different reasons.
Totally. So let's go back and forth. You give me one, I'll give you one.
A mobile skirmish, if you will.
Oh, like a skirmish in the car between the passenger and driver.
Yeah, and like the driver pulls out his gun and the passenger takes it and throws it out the window or something.
A redneck with a dirty old pickup truck with the shocks are shot to shit and the whole back of the bed is just full of guns. and one just bounced out.
That's pretty common.
It's kind of weird, right? And remember, it's lodged in his bumper.
Yeah.
So he got home and he had a gun lodged in his bumper.
Well, that could have been like a super hasty maneuver. Like maybe somebody was about to get pulled over and saw a cop and thought that there was a chance and they just chucked it real quick.
To be honest, that was my first thought.
I think that's the most obvious.
All right, well, here, I got another one. Guy just robbed a bank, needed to ditch the weapon.
Yeah, perfect place on the freeway.
The freeway.
Where was this again?
All it says is I-5. I didn't read the rest of the story. I just got the news update on my phone. So.
How come I never find guns in my bumper?
Any other ideas of how that could have happened?
No, I don't know. Maybe it fell out of the sky.
That's what I'm saying. It's raining guns. There's so many guns in
helicopter.
America. Ooh.
Somebody threw it out of an airplane.
So what do you, I wonder what the guy did. What would you do? I'd call the cops.
Bloodsport 5 on a plane.
I would call the cops. Wouldn't you? You don't know where that gun's been.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You don't know,
you just take it to the cops.
I wouldn't even touch it. I'd be like, you come and get it. I'm not touching that gun. That gun could have just killed a hooker.
Sure.
Like a really nasty hooker too.
Ew, gross.
Which is important to mention.
Yeah, of course.
I'm imagining that if the guy didn't care that much for his gun, he probably didn't care much for the hooker either. I think what it is it's raining guns. There's just too many guns in America. Remember when everybody said Obama was going to take our guns away? Mm-hmm. All my Bush supporting buddies said that, and they were fucking serious. They were like, this is a constitutional crisis. He's going to take your guns away.
Well, times are changing. I don't really understand a lot of the gun laws, and it worries me that nobody does. Like when I ask people what's up, they're like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Shit.
Seems like it's getting easier to become a criminal. That's all I'm saying. The fucking Charter or DirecTV guy or whatever in Goldendale told me this when he was installing my mom's fucking TV. He said that if you have any guns registered to you into your address or whatever, and if there's ever a domestic dispute or it could even be your neighbors call the cops on you for something random. They'll see that you have guns registered to that address, and instead of just showing up to question you with cops, they'll send the SWAT team to your house.
Just in Washington, you're saying?
Just the states that have really strict laws, it's getting stricter.
We're
not very far from a time where people would just, if you had it in your car, you kept it on your dashboard. Where everyone could see it, and it was okay to do that.
Yeah. It's harder to get a fishing license than it is to get a gun. But, James, you're bringing up a huge point that it's harder to own a gun than it is to go buy a gun.
Yeah,
right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's because that's
so if you're only going to use it once, it doesn't matter.
It's a marketing thing is what I'm saying. It's all about sell, and that's all the industry cares about. Make money. And the laws are trying to keep up with the surplus of 450 million guns.
God,
is that what we have? 450 million. We have 100 million more guns than we do people.
Right. Yeah.
So that is clearly a problem. And even if you're a gun,
in fact, I have a gun for each tooth.
Even if you're a gun advocate, you can't disagree with that. Even if you were a Twinkie lover, you would see a warehouse of Twinkies and be like, that's too many Twinkies for me. Seriously, come on. Why is there so many Twinkies? Because somebody's trying to sell as many as they can, and and the result is just insane gun violence. And this whole blame video game shit. I grew up blowing people the fuck away on video games all day. I'm not violent. I'm not shooting anybody. I didn't have any tendencies like that. When I was a kid and I got bullied, I got punched in the face and got back up the next day and went back to school.
Yeah,
just like everybody else.
You didn't need a gun.
No. I knew where it was. I could have killed the guy, but why the fuck would I do that? That's selfish as fuck.
Totally.
My parents raised me that way. Too many guns. You could get them one of those vending machines with the arms, the claw arms. You go into Walmart, it's just all fucking pistols and
I can picture that.
Assault rifles and shit.
You go to
that sounds like something from a weird
Cabela's or something, and they have one of those. You put a $10 bill in there and try to get a fucking pistol out.
Ooh, Mommy, I got a Glock. Yeah. Mommy, look. It's loaded. You win the pistol turn around and rob the place.
Yeah. You know somebody's probably bought a gun and then robbed the place with the gun that they bought.
The first movie,
Like there.
Yeah, like White Men Can't Jump, sort of. Remember that?
No.
The dude's trying to play basketball, remember? And he's like hustling people. You remember the movie?
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
Sure.
And the guy didn't have money to bet. So he's like, I'll be right back. And he walks around the corner and he pulls a ski mask out of his pocket. Like he's ready to rob a store, puts a ski mask on, pulls a gun out, goes in to rob the store. He's like, empty the register. And the guy's all, is that you? He's like, come on, man. Hey, you want to buy a gun? And then he sells the dude the gun.
Awesome.
Yeah, you don't remember that scene?
No,
It's one of the most memorable scenes. Hey, check this out. Before I forget, long ass time ago, like 2001, you recommended the movie Bowling for Columbine.
Sure.
And it was the first DVD I ever bought.
Weird.
Yeah. And I watched it over and over again.
DVD, what's that?
Yeah, right. Wasn't there a liquor store or something he goes to where if you buy a bottle of something, you got
a free gun? No, it was a bank where if you opened a savings account, they gave you a rifle. Yeah. Yeah. There's
that was real.
Yeah.
That's real. That actually happened. That's just
I heard
crazy.
some shit where like there was like a school having like some sort of auction and they were like trying to auction off some sort of rifle or something and they just they got so much blowback they just said fuck it.
That's right. Yeah, they're trying to auction.
Yeah, man.
That was a really good movie.
We're not living in the same times. It's just shit's changing.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. Weapons are changing too. That's the other funny argument is gonna protect yourself from your government with your assault rifle. They're like they have drones that can like fucking fly up your nose and give you dick cancer. Like seriously.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, why not?
Use your imagination. Your gun will
someone
not
else
help
already
you.
did.
Your gun's not going to help you. But also, nobody's ever taking the gun. No, there's 450 million guns. Who are you going to hire to come take them away? Mm-hmm. Gun owners? Exactly. The guys you raised to be like Second Amendment advocates who are now in the military are going to suddenly turn around and take everybody's guns away?
It's sort of a catch-22 caliber.
It's just something... it's something that the fucking NRA uses to fucking scare the shit out of idiots who don't have time to stop and think.
Yeah, man. They're
going to take your guns away. Who's going to take
ridiculous.
my guns away? The guys who are carrying guns?
They're so out of touch, dude.
It is so out of touch. Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, it's changing. There's more people coming around.
And there's new methods of getting guns, like driving down I-5.
Oh, yeah. You can just drive around until you have a gun.
Up in the studio in my boxers. Mic check. Nah. Alright, I think I'm ready. Check it out. Yo. Every moment is golden like a Jill Scott track. Lil Filla on the cut, bringing hip-hop back. Like back in the day when Big L was poppin', when they was rhyming in the streets cause they didn't have options. I'm a guest in this house, but I stand my ground. I'll gladly wipe my feet, but I plan to stay around. You can taste the ambrosia, on point like a soldier. Make you weak like pneumonia, get you higher than the Doja. My shit's tight, like your mama in church. Or a Portland hipster in his favorite shirt. Every single word I spit is murderous for certain. It's the light inside a shadow, I be burning like a furnace. It's a part of me, but I don't give a flying fuck. If you love this culture, lift your middle finger up. To the real MCs, this is our moment. Always be real and never co-sign bullshit. La da da, this game done changed, but that don't mean you have to. Better come correct when you're with me, or I'll probably cock back and slap you. Everything's a mess, I know that. One day we can break through. La da da, this game done changed, but that don't mean you have to know. I remember in the 6th grade when the big homie Eric gave me my first Outkast CD, Aquemini. Every song, all the album artwork, everything on there, man. Change my world forever. Disaster strikes every time that I climb on a mic. I bust a rhyme and grab a pen, then my mind takes flight. There was tribe, there was fight, there was days, there was nights that my brain couldn't sleep, so I threw on a beat, listening to even Lil' Kim, Biggie, Pac, and Nas. I would soak it all in. Corrupt Lil Roscoe and Daz. I cherish these moments, now I'm mastering the craft. I don't wanna hear hits, I'm gonna hit you with my fists. I don't lie, I just spit, fry the beat like fish and chips. My shit slick, like Rick the Ruler. Flip that pillow over, I'ma give him something cooler. Like this and like that in a bottle of bourbon. The game is getting worse, but I still keep learning. You ever gonna change? Not at all. Forever singing out like la da da. La da da, this game done changed, but that don't mean you have to. Better come correct when you're with me, or I'll probably cut back and slap you. Everything's a mess, I know that. One day we can break through. La da da, this game done changed, but that don't mean you have to know. No.
Pauley Shore.
Pauley
Shore's mother just passed away.
What the fuck, man? Why do you know these? Why do you know
I'm
these
up
things?
on it. Her name was Mitzi Shore, and she started the comedy club in L.A.
Yeah, for sure. She did all the
Huge.
lineups and stuff, and
Since
picked
the
out
80s.
the talent.
Since the 80s. I mean, any comedian that's came up in the game has met her, so she's prominent in society.
Yeah. Apparently,
Pauley Shore's a fucking legend, man. Come on.
a Biodome was.
He's on tour right now.
Encino Man.
Dude, Encino Man was.
you know-
all the Oscars. It's.
Well, you're gonna hate me more for my informational skills, but the person who, the guy who produced the Encino Man soundtrack lives in Parkdale.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he just died.
No, he
'Cause
lives.
seemed like that.
What was it like
what
to
he lives in
produce a
Parkdale.
soundtrack back then? You're just like going through your CDs and you're like, ooh, that's a good song, and that's a good song. Or do you think he like was involved in the industry and they're like, this new music coming out that
What
you're
the
gonna
fuck
want
are you
for your movie?"
talking about?
Ron Nevison.
Producing a movie in the early
He produced
90s
the
or,
Power
like, late
Rangers
80s.
soundtrack. He produced Led Zeppelin records.
The dude that lives in Parkdale who
Yeah.
did Encino Man?
Ron Nevison.
Why do you know all this shit?
I've met him. I've
Oh,
talked to
okay.
him he talked about the music industry on the phone with me for an hour.
Huh.
He's friends with my dad.
Okay.
I'm about to fuck your head up with his resume. I'm saying your head is about to be
All right.
fucked.
All right, fuck my head.
Skull fucked.
Fuck the shit out of this nugget.
All right.
You suck the chrome off Destro's forehead.
Are we
man.
recording right now? That's
I hope
awesome.
So,
So,
yes.
all right. Oh my God, there's so many. Bad Company,
till the day I die.
Quadrophenia, The Who,
Who? Yeah.
engineer, mixing. Bad Company, engineer, mixing. I don't know who Nightlife. Oh, Thin Lizzy, Nightlife. Produced that whole record. Holy shit. There's so many too. Flo and Eddie, Dave Mason, UFO, Mike Finnegan, Jefferson Starship, Freedom at Point Zero. He produced that.
What's the guy doing now?
Eddie Money playing for keeps.
Oh God.
He produced that shit.
Crazy. What's he doing now?
He's retired and rich as shit, living in
Right.
the hills.
Okay.
Banging broads, probably.
Bangin' broads.
Heart. Ozzy Osbourne, Ultimate Sin,
Really?
produced it.
I love that fucking album, man.
He fucking produced it.
Crazy.
He hangs out in Hood River all the time.
Huh.
He's a nice guy. Kiss, Crazy Nights,
Why don't you tell him to fucking
Chicago,
Why don't you tell him to go fucking eat shit and die?
because he's really nice and I wouldn't want him to.
That makes sense. Usually you don't say things like that to people.
The Damn Yankees, Vince Neil, Exposed. He produced that. That's so
Okay,
weird.
that's something he probably doesn't want on it.
I remember when Damn Yankees toured with Bad Company when I was a kid.
Damn,
What do you mean? You went to the show?
No,
Oh,
but I
good.
had a ticket stub that I got from my brother's friend.
You guys want to hear something
He
fucked
produced Meatloaf. Welcome to the neighborhood.
up? Damn. Meatloaf, that's like with cornflakes or panko? You can go either way.
I put panko last night at
Oh,
work.
Really?
But I'm talking about the singer Meatloaf.
okay.
And you're old, so I know you know who he is.
Ooh, you don't have to pull the old card out like 50 times a day. Dude, you want to talk about disc golf, bro?
No, I fucking don't. I fucking do not.
I'm going to go get a drink.
Would you be interested in going and playing disc golf?
Yes, much more interested.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to.
We thought it would be a cool experiment for someone that's never gone before.
Yeah, you just gotta
And
show me what to do.
We'll take you to a local course and
I played
walk
like
you through it and play around.
14 years ago in PE around the middle school property.
Everything you need to know, you learned that day.
Yeah, so I know.
Yeah, you're basically a pro. Right, yeah, exactly. That's how a pro would do it.
No, I'm sure times have changed.
Not much. I mean, there's different discs that do different things, but we can easily
Well, this
show
is
you.
very short distance in between each one because we were kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the distances are pretty long. I've thrown frisbees.
It's similar. There's shots where you throw a disc like a frisbee. So I mean,
But I'm sure there's different techniques to get you closer to the goal or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Hole, because it's golf. Yeah.
Gotta get
You
close
wanna
to
keep
the
this open?
hole. I don't mind it.
You can call it a basket. You can call it a target. Just don't call me late for dinner.
This is
That's nice.
It's D brand brandy.
Oh, it's brandy?
this is the brandy I made.
Yeah, smoke the shit out. Shut the fuck up. Smoke my weed, man.
I'm gonna.
This is a brandy I make. It's not as good as the shit I made last year.
I like brandy. Brandy's fucking. You just sip that shit.
Oh, you can sip on brandy while you're tugging on a meatball Mary.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I want like less than that.
You've been
Yeah, that's
making.
perfect.
You've been
I'm-
making
I'm-
music.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, I've been practicing. I'm fixing to play some gigs.
I was recording last night.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Can I make this chair shorter?
Yeah, just sit on it and hit that thing.
This one?
Nobody's ever said that before.
Yeah. Well, have you seen these legs? I get
Sorry
awkward
about
when
that.
I'm dangling and shit.
It's good, man. We'll help you up on the couch.
I've been practicing. I want to play gigs. Oh yeah, dude. I might be ugly, but at
Yes.
least I'm stupid.
But
It's cool, man. She helped me up on the bed.
Speaking of stupid, when I saw you at 9:30 a.m. at the liquor store, did you do your taxes?
Could you shut that window for me?
Sure.
These trains are
train.
pissing me.
So they sent me an invitation basically because I played in the last event,
Right.
and then I'm like, I looked it up, and it's one day at Milo and one day at Timber. I'm like, wow, that actually sounds like a lot of fun to do that. Just go out and camp and play one day at each place.
Yeah, sure.
And then I looked it up, and it's $150 to play in their 2-day.
$150.
$150.
And first place gets.
It's AM, so I don't think there's any money. I'm confused
You know-
why it's so expensive.
You know, it's funny is what David Feldberg said on that video I watched. Is he said, I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect of, people are telling me I'm getting rich off this event. I'm not. I'll show you my bank account. I'm not getting rich off this. What was funny about that comment is, to me, right when he said that, I'm like, no one said anything about you.
Yeah.
You know me. I grew up a skeptic. Everybody, there's always a bottom line, man. There's always a bottom line. So
I don't know. I think
you're talking about $150 fucking dollars. How many fucking to play Milo too? You could get a big ass field in on that. You could get it packed full of amps, paying $150 fucking dollars, dude. That's a fucking serious chunk of change. Somebody's making money on that.
Oh, definitely.
And I'll tell you this. I guarantee this, and I bet you no one would fucking answer me if I asked them, that I bet the biggest payout at that event doesn't go to a player. Cash value in hand. That the winner of those tournaments is not a guy playing in them.
Yeah, I know.
Straight the fuck up, dude. The
saying.
winner is the disc manufacturer. Yeah, because they got to not only they get free advertising, they got people to pay them to advertise to them. How fucking genius is that shit?
It says right here that their player package, all next generation regional championship competitors will receive a player's package valued at over $150.
Nice. Valued.
Valued. So a $10 rag or towel, a $25
Well, it's a bunch of fucking advertising.
custom stamped disc.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking advertising. That's all it fucking is.
Totally.
That's how I see it. I mean, I don't. It's not for me. It doesn't mean it's not for everybody.
Point,
someone else. I'm just saying.
At this point, I think I'd rather just pick my own discs. Like, you know, like I actually want one of those and one of those, not like what's available between the chiclets and erasers, for example.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Awards. First trophy, 1,000 in prize value.
$1,000
next
prize
gen
value.
disc golf team tryout
So you get $1,000 gift certificate to buy a bunch of stuff.
from probably Lat Customs or whatever it was.
Sure.
Else 6'4" Custom. Coming out of Sweden.
Yeah, sounds fishy, man. That's all I'm saying.
Second place trophy, $500 in prize value. Next gen team golf tryout. Yeah, just prize value. There's no money.
Or I don't know if it's just like they're sitting in a room like a diabolical scheme. I just think that shit always rolls that way.
Laser shark.
It always goes that way. It has to. It's like the nature of it. I don't think it's one dude who's a piece of shit or a collective effort. I think it's just where business leads you.
Yeah,
You
totally.
you see a bunch of people gathering and
You
you're
follow
like,
the trail of fucking pennies back to the cash pile.
I mean, I would like the first time we paid out somebody at our tournament. Okay, let's think about this too. I wanted to say we've done over 100 league events and 5 tournaments. And the first time we did
we've done like 7 tournaments.
yeah, something like that. You're right. I forgot. But I wanted to say that the first time we paid out someone, and we were just talking about this, and it was like 200 and something bucks. It's like just a handful of guys on a weekly club.
Yeah.
That was the first time when I started thinking, what the fuck? Where's all this money going? Because I'm playing tournaments, and I'm like, dude, we just paid this guy out. We got 14 players. This guy just made more than a tournament I just played with 100 players.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
How is that even possible? And what I'm finding is there's just a bunch of useless middlemen, and that's why I'm saying I think this sport's heading is private pay-to-play clubs.
I'm okay with that too.
Me too. Getting out of the whole public park setting, getting away from the player experience just stinks, in my opinion. You're talking about this tournament. You're talking about paying $150 fucking bucks to compete for products. And what's it promoting? They say they're growing the sport. I think they're growing disc sales, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I see from a business perspective. They can call me out all day and say, no, man, we love these guys. I'm not going to believe them.
Yeah, they should. They should call you out.
Most people do.
If you're wrong.
Most people do. Because
I hope you are wrong. I just don't think you are. So I just think it's funny, honestly, to get that message from Dave Feldberg that it addressed every fucking point I made on that email. And I know that he never saw my email. I'm just saying
He may have.
I'm not the only fucking person that's like, this sucks.
A $10 voucher.
Yeah.
Where you gotta pay shipping.
He mentions the $10 voucher in the email.
Yeah. It's like, hey, this kind of just gets you some hits on your website and maybe gets somebody to spend some money.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
What do you mean that's what it says?
He says something about that in the email about the $10 voucher. Like it's, there will be more stuff available with the $10 voucher. Like if that's all you have, they're saying they're going to make it so you can get something with it.
Oh my God.
I think that's how I understood it. But, a $10 voucher to buy something from Sweden and like include shipping, like what the fuck? That's not economical. You can't do that.
Did you already steal my lighter? You've only been here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
I'm serious.
I took it and I threw it outside when you weren't looking.
So I want to touch on the Beaver State Fling super quick.
You want to touch on the Beaver?
I want to touch
State
that Beaver.
Fling?
I want to touch it real good. So
the Beaver wide open? Is that the same thing?
Yes. I private messaged Jeff. Remember this?
Yes.
See, and I did that because you mentioned your camping and volunteering, and you asked if I would like to, and I thought, hey, maybe I could set up a pop-up studio for one day.
Sure.
So I messaged Jeff and asked him if it would be okay if we did that. By the way, after I sent it, I realized I think I made a mistake because I don't want to lug my gear around.
Yeah.
All fucking and have like thousands of dollars of electronics and shit with me in my car, given the community that, sorry, man, but they've stolen a bunch of shit from me.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying.
That's true.
Hey, man, just. So anyway, Jeff responds and says something to the effect of it. His good buddy didn't really appreciate some of the things that I had said. And Jeff mentioned in some part that he sort of agreed, but hinted that it might not be a great idea, but he said he's not against the idea either.
He's basically saying he doesn't want to say yes, but if you got to do some rogue shit, he didn't tell you to.
Right. Well, here are my thoughts on it. First of all, the obvious, Jeff is like a very, very highly respected dude. He's a man of integrity. He's a classy guy. I don't want to fucking give this guy any kind of headache at all.
Totally.
So that's why my reply wasn't completely honest. It was really, and I mean, it was sort of. I just said, I apologize. I hope you could, forgive me. And I said I'd be willing to volunteer still, and he didn't respond, which is totally fine. I don't really care. I was just mentioning that because you're going.
Yeah.
Are you excited about that? Or?
I looked at my job assignment yesterday, and I'm doing traffic control.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm like stopping cars so people can putt and drive and stuff.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm not totally sure what I'm doing. It says that I'm floating.
Right.
For a couple of the things, which means I just go wherever they need me, which sounds good. I'm hoping I get to flag for some pros or something. It'd be cool to see some real disc golfers out there doing that.
That's what I was going to say. You'll probably be like doing some spotting and shit too.
Maybe.
In marking OBs.
It doesn't say. Spotting was one of the jobs, and it doesn't say that, but I just, they'll just put me where they need me. I'm perfectly willing to do whatever.
Yeah, sounds like fun. And, Jeff, I wanted to mention this. Jeff said something too in his message is he said, quote, Stumptown Golf didn't steal your disc. Mm-hmm. He's right. If I ever said that, it wasn't what I meant to say. And I make mistakes. Yeah. I'm not perfect like everybody else. I say shit that's not accurate sometimes.
Yeah, just the wording was off.
Wording was probably off. But just one more thing about that is I wanted to say it wasn't that my disc was stolen. It was but I had no support.
Yeah.
And that was the irony that he said, his buddy and really good close friend of his, he said, quote, was fuming over my podcast or something I'd said. And I found that interesting because it kind of validated why I was angry.
Well, maybe
nobody was outraged at what happened, but they were outraged at the way I reacted.
Maybe that's the one guy that cares about the club's reputation. And he doesn't like hearing something shitty about it.
Sure. And I didn't mean to say anything shitty about the club.
Well, I don't think it's true.
It is true. I don't think those guys are shitty people for it. I don't think those guys are shitty people for it. Like Kenny Hall, he found my disc, remember? And returned it. He felt terrible.
Yeah, totally.
I felt terrible that he felt terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't his responsibility to deal with all of that, but he tried. I mean,
well, my point was I love all those guys, and just because I'm saying, hey, why don't you have my back, that's not me saying, hey, fuck you guys condone thieves and shit. And that was kind of how I feel like it was taken. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like if you're standing in Pioneer Square and a dude walks up and just rips a lady's purse and runs off, and she's yelling, hey, help, and a dude looks at her.
And there's a bunch of army guys standing around just watching.
Or a guy looks, in my case, it would be a guy looks over at her, a cop, and he says, sorry, that just happens here. Or to quote what a guy said to me at the tournament.
Sorry, cops. Yeah, that would make more sense than army guys.
I'm like, what kind of purse is that? She's like, oh, that was a fucking Gucci. I'm like, oh, the money run. Do you get my point? Yeah. Like, instead of being like, holy shit, that guy stole your shit, the guy's like, wow, that was very valuable. Too bad. That was the reaction I got. That was the only thing I was mad about. It wasn't to get down on their club. I just wanted to clear that up. So it could be anybody. It's not about the club. I think, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. Remember the drive home, right when we got in the car, you're like, don't say shit.
Yeah, well, you were pretty heated.
Yeah, but then like 10 minutes later, Justin's like, say shit.
You gotta let let some of the steam fucking boil out before you try to pour your tea, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, whatever. No, there's going to be no podcast at the BSF, and if he doesn't get back at me,
you gotta steep the bag before you tee off, if you know what I'm saying.
Anyway, I mean, I don't even think I'm going to go and spectate if I'm not welcome there, which is fine with me. I don't really care.
It's not what I got from it, but I know it is what it is.
I don't know, man. I don't want to. Seriously, I don't want to make someone else's blood pressure rise just by showing my face. I'm not going to say anything. I just don't want to. I don't want to be secondhand stressed if I piss those guys off. I got nothing to prove to them.
I think that if you showed up with just to be there and take it all in like you did last time, and, I mean, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. In fact, what I was kind of hoping was that we could find a way to set up at camp and coax people back to the camp and interview them there. And just do little 5 minutes snippets on anybody that's willing to talk to us.
See,
I know there's at least a few people in there that I know.
I would say you already know who I want on this show.
Sean, we love you, Sean.
Yeah, you would kill it on this show. That guy would be hilarious.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I don't know, man. If he's camping, maybe we will do that. Maybe I'll just hang out at camp.
Yeah,
I won't even go over to the tournament.
Just come out for one night and we'll get some interviews.
All right.
We'll bring. You said I needed to get an interface for my iPhone. Is there any way to set it all up mobile so we can just do it?
I can just bring my gear.
How are you going to set up that? They might be primitive sites. I don't know if there's power.
I'll run an extension cord from fucking Tournament Central, like 3 miles down to the campground.
Yeah. I don't think that works.
Ah, that's too bad.
I think the longer your extension cord is, the more power you lose.
So super quick on the Valerie Jenkins thing. The conversation is about rules. These are the rules, those are the rules. That's fine, that's great. But it's not about the violation anymore. It's about how the violation was handled. So check this out, bro. You've got the best female pros in the world. Mm-hmm. The best of the best. The highest standard of professionalism in disc golf that there is. Let's say you're on that card. And you look over at your opponent's caddy has an empty beer can and a koozie. Now you got 2 choices, right? 1, you can handle it internally in a friendly way. Give your opponent a friendly warning.
A warning is deserved.
And say, look, we're both professionals here. this is unacceptable. You could get a violation for that. And then everybody's like, cool, we're done here. We move on. Right. That is what I would expect from the best of the best.
I think 90% of golfers would extend that courtesy to you.
Yeah, so that's option 1. Option 2, go cry to fucking mommy and narc them off. Because I trust the best golfers in the world to be able to handle their shit without intervening to outside sources like tournament directors.
It's sure going to be fun to watch the next time they go head to head. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm guessing that she probably got mad and did some shit that she probably regrets now.
Who, Val?
No, the other one.
Oh, right.
The girl that
the girl that narked
turned her in, yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that's the kind of shit I don't know. But according to our buddy,
like some split second, like, it is the rules, and she felt, spited by the whole thing because she was following them. Who knows?
Yes.
But, it's one kind of just shitty, quick decision can...
here's something.
Shitty and
here's something. Yeah.
Maybe she fucked up just this one time. Like, give her the benefit of the doubt. Who knows? I honestly would be really nice to see them compete against each other in the future.
Well, they are this weekend, I think.
Good.
Yeah. I think my point now that I've said it too. What I really think is that I hold those golfers in a higher authority than the PDGA. Than the rules. These players are the fucking sport. They're the best in the sport.
They've been around longer than the administrators.
They've
probably will be those.
Not just been around longer,
eventually.
but the whole organization wouldn't exist without them. And in my opinion, they have a higher authority than the PDGA themselves. That's just symbolic. But my point is, that's why I said I would trust them to handle it internally. Even if there was a blatant violation, because I think they're smart enough to know how to handle that shit.
Maybe conversations like this will make them think, rethink their policies in the future.
While we were taking it too easy, they dropped the shells and we forgot the clock that we swore before to not ignore. We had reasons, a million reasons, like one more day here, we didn't know just what to do. Like we didn't know just what to do. We would have done it too. Oh, we would have done it too. Well, we all want it quick and easy, but now we're crying cause we fucked ourselves again. Now we're freaking out, we had our reasons, there's always reasons. Like one more day here, we didn't know just what to do. Like we didn't know just what to do. You could have done it too. Oh, we could have done it too. Was pillaged later too. The comer's delight. That final remaining bullshit machine floated that long ass drift across the sea. Was not the first red flag. Always thought that it wouldn't get much worse. Always thought not bad.